Hello everyone and welcome to Sharp-Dressed Gaming, and today we're back with Sharp-Dressed VGC, Pokemon VGC 2K15. Now today we are back with our Trick Room Sun team, and we do have a new Pokemon on the party. We used to have Aggron, and in Aggron's place we now have Gigalith. Now, it was suggested by one of my friends to use Conkeldurr instead of Aggron to get Wide Guard, but Conkeldurr can really only then use fighting type moves, and Krookodile already has superpower. I didn't want to take away from Krookodile, so I just looked at all the other Wide Guard Pokemon and looked for another slow one. I saw Gigalith. I was actually going to put Golem, because Golem also gets Wide Guard, but, what was I trying to say? Oh, Golem also gets Wide Guard, but Gigalith's stats are actually surprisingly higher than Golem, so I decided to go with Gigalith instead. And hopefully it works out, because it is quite a tedious task to get Wide Guard onto Gigalith. So I'm going to hit that challenge button. We're starting at 1506 today. Almost right back to where we started. You know, sometimes it happens when you use unconventional teams like this. Now I'm going to use this Trick Room team for this episode, and then we're going to try something different with it on the final episode. It'll be a little bit different than how it's set up right now, but hopefully it actually, I think it might work better the way that I'm going to change it to. Well, we got a 1398 rated player, George Louise, with quite a ground team here, and then Furfrou and Toxicroak. So he's got Hippowdon, which can set up sand. He's also got Diggersby, though. Diggersby, Nidoking, Swampert, all ground types, and then he has Furfrou, which used to be our mascot, and Toxicroak. So, Exeggutor loves this team. The only thing it doesn't like is the Nidoking, which we can take care of with Goodra or Krookodile or Raichu. So I'm going to lead Raichu, and we can bring Krook to mess with the Toxicroak. I don't really need Charizard in this battle. I mean, I could, but I could also go Goodra. I'm going to go Krookodile, Goodra, and Exeggutor, I think. But I'd rather have Charizard. Well, there's dry... Most Toxicroaks are on dry skin, so I could get them that way. And we have Solar Beam for the Swampert, Flamethrower, and Focus Blast. Goodra, though, has Sludge Bomb, which doesn't hit anything. Ice Beam, which hits 3 of his things. Fire Blast, which hit Toxicroak. And Sludge Bomb, which doesn't hit anything. Or Draco Meteor, which hits things hard. I'm going to go with Goodra. We're not going to bring the sun. I like having the sun for the harvest, but whatever. Whatever. So let's see here. Let's see here what my opponent brings. Very interesting team. Very sand-orientated. Tried to get as many ground types so it wouldn't get hit by sand. That's what I kind of assume is going on there. But we see Toxicroak and Diggersby, two very strong physical attackers, and good thing we start with an Intimidator in Krookodile. Good then get the Intimidator off on the Toxicroak and the Diggersby. Now I'm going to fake out the Toxicroak and superpower that Diggersby. That should effectively stop the Toxicroak from doing anything too stupid, and it should kill Diggersby dead. So I like that. I like that a lot. Shiny Toxicroak too, interestingly enough. I've been wanting to use Diggersby too, but I just haven't gotten around to it yet. So every time I really need a ground type, I end up picking like Landorus or something. But we got Krookodile actually right now with our ground types. Well, let's see what my opponent ends up going for here. You might think that I'm going to Earthquake, but I'm not currently, because Raichu's still here, and I think he's going to be useful throughout this match, even though he is an electric type, just because he has Hidden Power Ice. Hidden Power Ice. So, no protects, Fake Out connects with Toxicroak, effectively flinching it, and getting a crit. Diggersby actually U-turns off of the Krookodile. That's going to hurt. Owie. And unless he brings in, like, Furfrou here, anything can take a superpower. So we'll have to save Krook for later. Sends in Furfrou. Furfrou will probably still take this, though. but it's not going to like it. Superpower, bop. Yeah, that fur coat coming through for Furfrou. Now our attack and defense is down. And Furfrou has a citrus berry? Huh. I wonder what this thing's going to do. I really don't want to give it a chance, though, so I'm going to Thunderbolt it. And hopefully that does the dirty. And then I got to switch Krook out. It's at -1 for defense and attack, and there's a super effective Pokemon across the field from it. So I'm going to switch into Exeggutor to take the fighting type move. And then we'll have to deal with poison after that, so I'll probably just continue to switch out until I can get rid of Toxicroak. In comes Exeggutor. Baby doll eyes. Okay. So it's dropping my attack on Exeggutor. I guess it was going after Krook. That does nothing. There's just so much special defense in Furfrou. Not very effective on the Drain Punch, obviously. And Toxicroak is a life orb, so I'm going to Thunderbolt it now. Hopefully that takes care of it, because I don't want Exeggutor taking an attack. And he has Diggersby. I'm going to Trick Room here. As long as we take out this Toxicroak, which I don't think we will. That was a bad play. Ice Punch. So non-stab Ice Punch. You should have gone for the Poison Jab, because that would have killed me, or Cross Poison. And we get to eat our Citrus Berry. So now we are doing good. Good with Exeggutor, because we get to stop Trick Room. Attract Furfrou, really? So this Furfrou is just here to be super annoying. And I'm going to set up Trick Room. I will set up the Trick Room, and then Exeggutor gets the Harvest back at Citrus Berry. Now, this Toxicroak could have Sucker Punch. I understand that. I'm just going to switch this Raichu out, because it's going to be useless now. And Krookodile is going to come in to get an Intimidate off, in case he does Sucker Punch, and then I'm just going to Psychic. Psychic the Toxicroak. I can see Furfrou going for Attract here on Exeggutor, but I'm not super upset. He actually switches Toxicroak out into Swampert. So we know his entire team now. Furfrou. So there's no Hippowdon, so we don't have to worry about Sand. We get the Intimidate off, and I get a Psychic off on Swampert. Should do a nice amount, but not a ton, yeah. And then Attract on Exeggutor, I assume, yep. Attract on the Exeggutor. Now here, I have to protect with Krookodile, because he's going to attack it, and I'm going to just Giga Drain Swampert. Hopefully I break through Attract, not Protect. And let's see what Swampert ends up going for. I think it's going to attack Krookodile, because it's... Oh, it's Mega Swampert, too. I suppose that's his only Mega. I didn't really think about it. I was a little thrown off by the team in general. I didn't know how to take it. Krookodile's going to Protect here, obviously, like I said already. But his snout sticks out of the Protect. Come on. Damn it. And Swampert Rain Dances. Wasting a turn to get up the Rain here. And Furfrou tries to attract Krookodile, obviously, because that's all Furfrou's going to do here. So I'm going to send in Goodra. Goodra will eat up a Waterfall if that's what Swampert's trying to go for, and I'll try and Giga Drain it again. So Krookodile switches out. Goodra comes in. And come on, Exeggutor, just break through, buddy. Yes, Giga Drain, Swampert's dead. So I could have taken out Furfrou there, but we got rid of the Swampert, so we're all good. The biggest, Diggersby's still a pretty big threat. Toxicroak could end up being a problem. Furfrou's going to Toxic my Exeggutor. If I can get a Leech Seed off at some point, we'll be fine. But, you know, I'm not super worried about it. I can actually take out this this Furfrou right now with Goodra. I can just drop a Draco right on its head and it'll be gone. And then Toxicroak is going to come out here. Toxicroak will in fact come out here. And I am going to... Draco... I don't think I have to Draco. I think I can just Sludge Bomb. I'm going to Sludge Bomb Furfrou. Actually, I'm going to Ice Beam it. I'm going to Ice Beam the Furfrou, and I'm going to switch Exeggutor out here into Raichu. Because I can get a Fake Off on this Toxicroak and get it out of here next turn. So Raichu comes out. And Toxicroak actually fakes out on the Raichu slot, so it's going to do a lot of damage to poor little Raichu. And Ice Beam into the Furfrou doesn't take it out. I knew I should have. I knew I should have just taken care of it when I could have. Should have just dropped a Sludge Bomb or a Draco on it. Ah, Dry Skin Toxicroak too. I completely forgot about that. That's going to end up being the bane of my existence. So I'm just going to try an Ice Beam Furfrou again, and I'm going to fake out the Toxicroak. He might switch into Diggersby, but that's the risk we are taking here. But at least he'll get the Toxicroak out of here, so hopefully the rain will go away by the time it comes back in. Just an annoying team, really. Mostly because of the Furfrou. The rest of the team wouldn't be a problem if Furfrou wasn't here. But because it is, it's annoying. So he's actually got dual weather because he has both Hippowdon and Swampert with Rain Dance, which is pretty neat. Okay, Toxicroak is going to switch out into Diggersby. Should have faked out Furfrou when I had the chance, but hopefully Goodra isn't thirsty and breaks through here. So we can get some nice chip damage off on the Diggersby, as much as that means. And Furfrou is just going to Toxic Goodra, trying to break down another Wally Pokemon we have here. Goodra, we just need you to break through, bud. Come on. Yes, good job, Goodra. We get the Ice Beam off, and Furfrou is going to go down to that. Furfrou will, in fact, go down to that. So he's just got Diggersby and Toxicroak left, which Exeggutor can take care of both of them, but it also doesn't really want to stay in here. So Toxicroak will come in. And do we get rid of Toxicroak or Diggersby, though? Because we can just double into Diggersby, and then whoever doesn't get faked out should take it out. Unless Diggersby could take out one of them. He actually doesn't fake out, so that's a choice Scarf Diggersby. So Raichu faints now, and then I don't think Toxicroak can take out Goodra from here. He's going to try and get some more health back, though, with Drain Punch. But Goodra should take Diggersby. Was not expecting the Choice Scarf on Diggersby either. Ice Beam into Diggersby. Hopefully this takes it. Otherwise, I'll release Goodra. Oh, Goodra, see you later. Bye-bye. You gotta be serious. Goodra. I mean, I really only calced to make sure I could take out, what's its face? What is its face? Landorus, which is 4 times weak, but still, Goodra, come on. You're a modest girl. I mean, guy. It's the Gormster. The Gormster. Come on, now. I'm going to Ice Beam there. He's going to Drain Punch my Crocodile, though. He's just going to kill Goodra with Return. I'm going to switch Krook out for Exeggutor, because he should be Drain Punching there. Goodra's going to go down this turn to Diggersby, but then we'll get 2 Intimidates off, and we should be sitting pretty after that. Exeggutor's going to come in. There's the return on to Goodra. Perfect. Now he just needs to Drain Punch with Toxicroak, and we'll be fine. Yep, there's Drain Punch. Excuse me. So very annoying team, but we should... Keyword there is should have it here, because they're going to be both at -2 now. Exeggutor can take out the Toxicroak, and Crocodile can go after Diggersby. So we get another Intimidate off. Toxicroak should be Drain Punching Crocodile. I can actually protect Crocodile this turn, because he doesn't want to take a Drain Punch even at this HP. So he's gonna try and Drain Punch Crocodile and probably return Exeggutor. Exeggutor should take the return because it is -2. And then we should be able to kill the Toxicroak, and then a Crocodile can go from there. There's the return. He actually returned Crocodile and Drain Punch Crocodile. It's a good thing we protected there. We kill off Toxicroak with Psychic from Exeggutor. And it'll be just down to Diggersby then. And that shouldn't be a problem for the two of these guys. You can just Giga Drain, and I mean, it's at what 2 HP from when I Ice Beamed it, so I'm gonna Crunch and Giga Drain. We should be good to go. Diggersby is gonna return into that Crocodile. Yeah, Return barely even did anything to it. I mean, Drain Punch would have taken it out, but... And Diggersby falls to Crocodile's Crunch. So, we win our first battle of today. Now we just need to win the second one, and we'll be moving on our way up. And I would like to get a second win, because this is going to be the last version, the last episode that we use of this version of the team. So I would like for it to hopefully do pretty good. But like I said, I think the other version of this team is going to work better, hopefully. But we'll see. We'll see. Hit that challenge. Hit that challenge. Hit him up with the challenge. We're sitting at 15-18. 53 wins, 48 losses. And yeah. Let's see if we can get a little bit higher rated opponent. I wasn't super worried about that match. It was just the annoyance aspect of it that was causing us to not do as well. Though we didn't get attracted as often as we could have. Going against a 14-23 rated player with quite a amount of threats with Dragonite, Charizard, Feraligatr, Sceptile, Garchomp, and Infernape. Now there is a potential of 3 Mega Evolutions. I think he might be running a double Mega Evolution team, and there is potential for 4 Dragon types if it's Mega Charizard X. I mean, both Sceptile and Mega Charizard X can't be out at the same time, so it's 3. So Ice is good, Goodra and Raichu. Talking to you. Fire is not the best, no, because of Sceptile, which will become a dragon, and I mean, Feraligatr we can kind of slow down and give it Solar Beam. Give it a Solar Beam. Exeggutor doesn't like the Charizard, but it can kind of deal with the Sceptile. Doesn't like the Infernape. Exeggutor doesn't really like this battle in general, because I'm sure Feraligatr has Ice, whatever. But he is our Trick Room setter. Our only Trick Room setter. Raichu, I think, will be good. Gigalith, will you be good here? Not entirely. This is going to be a bad matchup in general. This is just super aggro. So I'm going to go with Raichu, and I think I'm going to bring Exeggutor to set up that Trick Room. And then Crocodile actually looks pretty good here, too. Get that Intimidate going. I'm going to bring Goodra. Not bringing Charizard or Gigalith again. Can we bring Gigalith? I would like to. Rock Slide, Wide Guard, Explosion, Heavy Slam. Well, let's just go like this. Same team as last time. No Charizard or Gigalith, unfortunately. I don't think we'll... Because we're going to be changing up the team, so I don't think we'll get to see Gigalith at all. Unless I decide to roll it over. Charizard Garchomp leads off, so I'm assuming it's going to be Mega Charizard Y, and then Garchomp. And here comes Exeggutor and Raichu. I'm not going to Raichu a love song, so I'm going to fake out the Charizard, and Exeggutor is going to Leech Seed the Garchomp. I'm not going to set up Trick Room quite yet, so I want to try and see, because Raichu's going to need to be able to outspeed the Garchomp next turn, and I've got to decide who I want to kill. Do I want to kill Charizard, or do I want to kill Garchomp with Raichu? We'll see. I'm going to fake out the Charizard, so it's not going to be able to attack my Exeggutor this turn, and Garchomp does in fact go for Earthquake. I kind of assumed it would. Raichu will hang out with the Focus Sash though, that's why I wasn't super worried about it. And Exeggutor is going to be able to get up that powerful Leech Seed. So there's a Leech Seed onto Garchomp. So now Exeggutor can start just living off that Garchomp. And that's why I think I'm not going to attack the Garchomp this turn. I'm going to go after the Charizard with Thunderbolt. And I think I should be safe, actually, and switch out to Goodra. Or maybe Krook. Actually, I'm going to Thunderbolt, and I'm going to set up Trick Room. Because Raichu's going to go down here. Charizard hopefully goes down. Yeah, it does. So Charizard faints. Perfect. And Garchomp's going to use Earthquake and take out Raichu. Which is fine at this point. I don't think we'll... I mean, there was a Feraligatr maybe. We know there's not a Mega Sceptile. What? Oh, I wrote down Dragon. I'm like, why did I just write down Dragon? But there was a Dragonite, that's why. So there's a Charizard, it's dead. There's a Garchomp right now. And we'll get to see another Pokemon. I would have liked to have Raichu for Feraligatr. But what can you do? So I have Trick Room set up, so I can go into Goodra now. And in comes Dragonite. In comes the Dragonite. So Goodra's going to come in here. And I'm just going to Ice Beam the Garchomp and Leech Seed the Dragonite. And Exeggutor is going to do what he does best and just stall out this team. Excuse me, I decided to go Leech Seed on Dragonite because, of course, health recovery, but also we want to break that multi-scale before Goodra attacks into it. We'll see if Dragonite actually takes out Goodra. Actually, he has Heat Wave on his Dragonite. We should take that. Yeah, even in the sun. Dragonite's got fairly decent special defense. I mean, special attack, but it's not as impressive as its physical, plus it's non-stab. So, and we're going to be able to Leech Seed, plus eat our Citrus Berry, plus we're going to Harvest here. Hopefully we don't go over yellow. Okay, good. We get the Harvest and we get to eat our Citrus Berry. So we should have this one in the old bag here, because we should be able to just Ice Beam this Dragonite, knock it out with Goodra, and then there's a Sceptile. And then there's a Sceptile. So, one second here. Excuse me, just had a little bit of a cough. Now, do I want to get rid of Sceptile because Exeggutor really can't deal with it? I think so. I'm going to Sludge Bomb the Sceptile. And I'm going to also Psychic it. I'm not worried about Dragonite. Match is actually going to be forfeited. So, he actually did have a chancer because I did double in Sceptile. If he would have Heat Waved, he would have taken out Exeggutor, I think, from that range, unfortunately. But Goodra would have survived it. And then we would have been in the Crook. So, probably didn't have a chance there, but, you know, what can you do? Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I'm going to try out the other team idea I have with this team first before I bring it to you guys. Hopefully it's working nice, and we'll see how it goes from there. But thank you guys so much for joining me, and we'll see you next time. Bye!